Right, attempt 2. My audio wasn't working last time. The way today's gone, it won't be working now either. Can you hear me? I hear you now. I've done nothing differently. God, I hate technology sometimes. Honestly, it drives me batty. Nothing makes me more peed off than technology. And thanks, Tara, for ringing me, because I was in mid-flow and I wasn't looking at the chat. I'd have ranted for like 10 minutes and not realised. Yeah, I've got to say it all again now with feeling. Oh dear, let me say some hellos this time and catch my breath. Hi William, hi Flippin' Rich. All good now. Thank you, Chris. You say it best, everybody, when you say nothing at all. All right, what it was. I had a load of parcels to drop off. I have several options around here unless it's late. When it's late, there's one like high street convenience store, not that far from here, that I can drive up to and just offload a whole load of parcels if I've been packing late. But to say they are unreliable and problematic is an understatement. So the last 2 times I've went there, they've just gone, machine's not working. I don't believe a word. They're just they can't be bothered to take any in. So I had a bit of a rant at them last time I was there. I was like, what's the point in you being a drop-off shop if your machine never works? So I went up there tonight and I thought, I won't get all the parcels out of the car. 2 big IKEA boxes, bags, sorry, full of parcels and a big one. I poked my head in and I said, hiya, is your machine actually working this week? Because the last 2 times I've tried to drop off here, you've said, oh, machine no work. And the guy goes, he thought about it. He had a think. I could see in his eyes. He thought, can I be bothered to scan this guy's parcels? And I looked at him and he went, yeah, it's working. So I said, right, I'll be back. I'll go and get them all then. Walked back. You can't park outside the shop. Walked back to the car, got the 2 big IKEA bagfuls, right? And another separate big one under my arm like this. Waddled up the road. Got back to the shop. And he looked at me and all my parcels and he went, it's too many. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's too many. He says, the man with the van. It's too many for the man with the van. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just told you I'm going to go and get the parcels. You might have wanted to tell me at that point. I'm not going to take them. Anyway, there I am. I was not in the best of moods. So I said, are you going to take any parcels? He said, no, it's too many. I said, what about small ones? So I kind of twisted his arm and he said, okay, I'll take some small ones. So I started fishing out the small ones, like literally little diddy ones here. This was all from our live stream on Monday. I think we sold some Maybelline makeup and stuff. So it was just a diddy little box. Now, boop. And I tried one a little bit bigger. See how far I can get with this guy. Beep, beep. Then we get into mediums. He's still beeping. By this time, there's a whole load of people behind me. They've turned up out of the blue at like 11 o'clock at night. And I thought he's gonna cut it at some point because the parcels would be too big anyway. Remember at the start, he said, no, can't take any. Man with van says there's too many. Anyway, and then I'd mixed up a load of Royal Mail and I'm just holding them up, hoping he's going to scan them. I've lifted up a Royal Mail one, didn't look at the label. And he's just saying to me, I think he was saying, post office, post office, post office. And I'm like, what are you on about? Just scan my parcel. I'm holding up a Royal Mail parcel in front of him and I finally looked at the label. Meanwhile, the queue's growing. Anyway, then he started asking me to go and put them over on the fridges out of the way. And then eventually he just scanned the whole lot, including the whopping great big one. And I said to him at the end, so what was all that about the man with the van? What was all that about? Too many parcels, can't take them. And I just ranted at him. I just stood there in front of everybody. I said, look, I just can't rely on the fact that you're going to take my parcels. What's the point in you being a parcel shop if you turn people away with parcels? It's like a game of lottery going to this place with your parcels. There are more reliable shops, but they close at like 8 p.m. That's where I take most of my parcels now. Anyway, that was it. That was my mini rant. Was it worth tuning in for? Right. Let me dip back in. Hello, lots of people. Good to see you, John. George, you are terrible with messages. Let me see if you've actually replied to my last batch of messages I sent you. Is it better for me to text you? Is that? I was messaging you on WhatsApp about trying to sort out coming on. I've since got somebody lined up for Sunday. Let's have a look. George, are you still there? I've got no reply, but I've got the double ticks. Does that mean you've read it? Tell me, George, have you read my messages? Oh, hi, Tara. Hi, Flips. Hi, Tony and Jill. I take it you've stopped streaming now. You were on eBay Live. You had some good records, actually. Good stuff. Yeah, seem to be getting some good money on some stuff. Hi, Leanne. Oh dear, Rant, what's happened? Nothing major. It's just, you know, at the end of a very busy, very long day, all you need is somebody who just isn't helping. I mean, the customer service was in severe minus numbers. He always makes, well, various people work in there, but apart from one chap, they all make you feel like you're putting them out and they don't want your business. That's how you feel when you walk in, right? Have you got a parcel shop like that where you're like, dare I ask you to scan my parcel? Please take my parcels. That's what it's like there. I feel like begging. So I lost my rag with the poor chap. I really did, but hey ho. It was fun while it happened. It's funny because I am chill and calm 99% of the time. But if you push me over, yeah, I'll tell you what I think. Thanks for popping in. You're very welcome. It was good to, I've not caught you live until then. I just haven't, you know, had a chance. Oh God, it's just jumped. Where was I? Hi, Nick. That was funny. Sorry, I rushed off yesterday. No, not at all. You had a lot on. So we will have to sort out a time to sit and have a coffee or a beer or something. Properly catch up. Sorry, I'm looking down there. Oh, George has replied. Reply waiting list. Yeah, of course we can. We'd better get it penciled in so we know what we're doing. I'll speak to Andrea and see what weeks. We're going away shortly for a week, maybe more, can't remember. But yes, August sometimes sounds perfect. Hey Phil, just drove back from Manchester, knackered. Yeah, I'll bet. Hello, other George. Reseller George, good to see you. Sarah, welcome. Same at our shop, is it? Okay. We had, when we first moved here, the nearest shop to us was a Yodel drop-off, and they were very similar. You felt like you were, you know, really peeing them off just by existing with parcels. And then about a month in, I was taking a lot down there. It's just when I first started really using Yodel a lot, and they were a Yodel drop-off. And one day they just said, not taking them. End of. Not taking any more of your parcels. And I thought it was just me. But they didn't want to be a drop-off shop anymore. They're still on the website, or they were at that point, but they just refused. They got fed up with, you know, being a parcel drop-off. So that ended. I think it was me. I think I tipped them over the edge. I move in, start taking like some days 20, 30 parcels a day. And they're like, screw this. And now I'm working on that other one, as you can see, right? I've nearly pushed them over the edge now. We use one in town, which is a pain to get to. The one, Jason, if you're still in, that one's great. They'll take as many as I can bring them, I think, because they've got space. But it's a nightmare to park. Jason, you know that road. It's awful. Anyway, Mark, I thought I'd gone deaf. Yeah. Meta glasses on for the next visit. Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh, I tell you what, I still haven't taken your X drone out to play around with. We could take that out and you can show me the ropes. I need to download the app. I keep thinking I'll do that this weekend or I'll do that this afternoon. And things come up. Must be 6 months I've had that thing. Life's so busy. Anyway, is that in every shop? No, we're talking Yodel. I'm taking my vitamin away. Anyway, I was going to do some packing. Let me catch up on chat. No. This one, no. Moonshines is the one I was just saying. They're lovely in there, absolutely lovely. I get on really well with them. They actually understand what customer service is, and they talk to you like a human being. And they have a lot more space in there. I do understand, right? If you're a small shop and maybe you're limited for space, but just make your story stack up. Don't tell me, oh no, I can't take any more, and then take all my parcels. Regardless. Anyway, let's move on. It's our Yodel shop that last time I took one up, they tried giving me excuses not to deliver it, but they eventually took it anyway. I don't rate Yodel. I don't mind Yodel. Well, it's InPost now. It's all InPost, all under that umbrella. One was absorbed by the other. I actually rate Yodel's delivery or InPost's delivery service, but some of the shops, yeah, they just can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Yeah, they're getting paid for it. It's a service that they're getting paid for. Hello, where's my local every parcel shop? This is Ewan. Does the same. Stopped going. He's losing out on sales. As I always bought some bits. Same, right? It brings you in as a customer. You know, sometimes I'll be up there and I'll grab a bottle of wine or stock up on bread and milk, and that adds up. I was in there before they started getting really, really hit and miss. I was in there virtually every day. And over a month, I'd probably spend £100 in there. Just on, while I'm in there, you know, we need some milk or beans or whatever it is, right? Hey, Nick, do you still use Music Magpie, etc.? I found they rejected around 90% of my items and only paid me for the cheapest. I do. I don't send much in the way of media. I use them for books. We currently have a lot of books coming in all the time. It's why we did a book show today and cleared all of these. I use them for those, but they are very stingy on a lot of stuff, particularly CDs and DVDs. I kind of gave up even bothering to scan them anymore. There was a time when I did really well selling CDs and DVDs to them, but that's years ago now. Exactly. All of them around here in West London are like that. It's exhausting. I feel your pain, Tara. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind if I felt like the excuses they give you were genuine first, but more than that, if they just treated you with a little bit of courtesy, right? We are their customers. I've been in customer service my entire working life in one form or another. And it goes a long way. It's not difficult. Yeah. Oh dear. How many listings do you guys post a day? Totally varies. If we've just done a show, we did a 50 item show today. So that'll be 50 items or 50 lots going out tomorrow. We did a 50 item show. This is eBay Live. It won't be 50 packages because people buy several items. But from our main store, very few, dribs and drabs at the moment. I'm planning on carving out some time soon to actually list on the main store. I keep saying it. I went to a shop the other day with parcels. She said to me, if health and safety turned up, they would be in trouble with all the parcels everywhere. It may, but for us, trying to use their service, we don't know how full or not they are. So it makes it just, like I said before, it makes it a lottery. You know, you have to pack all your parcels in bags, lug them out to the car, drive all the way there to be told, can't take them. Excuse me. My postman asked me what I kept ordering. Poor bloke, sick of delivering, it seemed. I have the InPost app now. Wait until one is empty and get in the car with 30 parcels. Can we still can't drop Yodel parcels at InPost lockers though. I've tried it, or I tried it a few weeks ago. Can we now do that? That's what I'm waiting for, because we have just that way up our road. There's a pub, and they just had 2 months ago had a big bank of lockers installed on the side of the pub, so I could walk there in about just under a minute. That would be ideal. Can you drop Yodel with them yet in the lockers? I don't think you can. That's every single parcel shop. To be fair, I don't use a lot of very, very little. I've had some bad experiences recently, and I don't rate them currently. That might change. There's an every shop very local to us, and they're good. When we do have the occasion to use them, they've been really good. It's not the companies, is it? It's the staff in the shop and how much they want that business. I think that's the issue here, or how much storage space they've got. Hello, Kenneth. Where are you going? Oh, when we go away, we are going to Norfolk to visit lots of our Norfolk friends. We are staying in an Airbnb of somebody we know, and we are inviting friends up to spend time with us. We're seeing a couple are coming to stay with us in the Airbnb. We're seeing another couple. I think they're coming up just for the day and not staying. And then we're going to go back to where we used to live and catch up with lots of people. Have a night in the pub there with all of our old friends from Kenninghall, where we used to live. That's the plan. And try and relax at some point during the week or so. We'll try and relax. That might happen. Get yourself a boot fair trolley, and then you can park in the road behind. Can you park on that road? I'll have a look. That might work, because well, it depends. If it's a big, like all of this, for example, when that's packed, there's no way I'd carry it. That'd probably overload the trolley. There's probably 30 or 40 kilos of books going out tomorrow. But normally it's not one trip. That would be a pain going all the way around. Anyway, I can usually park eventually down there on what is it, King Street, isn't it? I go to my local post office, who take InPost every DPD and Royal Mail. Yeah, the post office here is a pain to get to. There's nowhere to park nearby. There is a post office in St. Lawrence here in the garage, but they're not open antisocial hours. I only have these problems when I'm dropping off late. Oh. Nick, are you worried about getting near the VAT threshold as the live selling is successful? We should be fine. Yeah, it's funny. Who mentioned VAT? I think it was Tom, the English picker, who went VAT a couple of years ago and has come back out of it now. We were VAT registered for, good Lord, how long? 10 years or so. It's just the paperwork I'd rather avoid. I don't recommend anybody actively try and avoid it if you're growing a business. But for us, and at the point we're at in our business, it just makes sense to hover there if we can. But yeah, it's a good point. When your business changes and you're more about turnover, and we're turning over a lot of stuff now, so lower margins but higher turnover, that's when that can be an issue. We'll have to just keep an eye on it. And I tell you what, though, because everything's under one umbrella in our main reselling business, including YouTube. It's under the same umbrella. So the fact that our YouTube revenue has dropped off because I'm not putting hardly any content out, I just haven't found the time nor headspace. So we've lost most of that income. So that's offset it a little bit. Yeah. Need a robot to take parcels. GPS guided to nearest drop-off point. Imagine that. Turn up at your door and take them away. Maybe we should have a listing challenge before Rewind. Maybe. This year is whizzing round. I can't believe our holiday's coming up. I think we go the end of next week. And then August for us is mental. We've got so much on in August. Wes says, sounding like an old man now, but there's a woman at our local shop that has no manners, scans in your shopping and says £20.60. Yeah, it doesn't take much, does it? It doesn't take much. And I'm speaking from experience. I know how hard it is, how sometimes soul destroying it is working in retail. Believe you me, I've experienced everything retail can throw at you. But it doesn't take much to smile and give a little bit of courtesy. That's all we're asking for, really, isn't it? We're not asking for a lot. In Canterbury, there's a shop purely for parcels. That's a great idea for all the different couriers. Wow. Yeah. If you become known as a place that will take anything and everything and as many as you can bring in, and you just sit there and taking all of the commission. I don't know how much they make. Is it like 50p a parcel or 20p a parcel? I don't know. Well, it can't be a great deal. But yeah, if you could get the volume, that's a great business model. I need to do some work at some point tonight. No, please and thank you. Yeah, that's all you need, isn't it? Please and thank you. Maybe a smile once in a while. My local shop, the people are lovely. Good. I always try and buy things as well, but I did help them by printing A to Z labels and courier logos for their shelves to organize the parcels. That's so kind of you. Yeah, I think most of us, we give as we receive, right? And the place I go to down in town at King Street, they're lovely in there, you know, and we chat and we pass the time of day, and yeah, it just makes smiling at people just makes the world a better place. Okay. Oh, the chat's doing weird things. Here we go. And don't get me started. Wes is off now. Wes is off. Look, don't get me started on the people you hold a door open for and they just swan past you with no thank you. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Steele. I am in Ramsgate on the Isle of Thanet, right on the very tippy tip of Kent. We moved here a year and a bit ago. Yeah, Royal Mail collection. I've moved away from Royal Mail. We use it a little bit now. It's great. The only thing is you have to stay in. Yeah, I suppose so. You've got to be there at that collection time, haven't you? Oh, the whole system is broken. Even the historically decent DPD are rubbish. I've not had problems with DPD. I use them for oversight, well, super heavy stuff generally. And touch wood, certainly since I've been here, not had an issue. I would rate DPD. DX rubbish, Parcel Force awful. Wow, you've had some bad experience. UPS have never heard of what 3 words, and eBay's simple postage is complete bobbins. Fair enough. Wow. Don't rate anybody. Hey Chris, I'm buzzing for rewind. It will be nice. We need a break now. eBay Live has been a double-edged sword for us. It's bringing in the revenue. It's really bringing in the profit. But we feel like we're on a treadmill some days, right? Like tonight, I need to get everything finished packing from yesterday's show. But I know I've got that kind of mental thing hanging over me. I've got all of this to ship out tomorrow. So it's kind of relentless. We need a week or two off eBay Live to get our energy back together. Hello, Tom. I think I mentioned you. I don't know if you were in about VAT. I remember the hell you went through with that. When we first registered way back in 2003, maybe 4, we had an accountant at that point, and we ended up paying our accountant loads of money. He was doing all our VAT and all our tax returns and payroll and all sorts for us. And I quickly decided I didn't want his services for anything, so I learned the whole thing myself. But it ended up being so much paperwork for Andrea and myself. It was soul destroying because you'd spend hours and hours and hours going through it all to work out how much money you had to give away however often it was. Soul destroying stuff. Ross, good evening. Oh yeah, we weren't on Sunday. We decided against it in the end. We were going to chat with Pete, Peter Cummins, and then he pointed out it was the World Cup final. So we've postponed it for a week. I received a 24-hour ban on Vinted simply for using cross-list to move across listings from eBay to Vinted. Why do they care? Weird platform. Thankfully, only a 24-hour ban. They are giving them out like Smarties. It doesn't give them a good reputation, does it? All these bans left, right, and centre. What about in London? People that walk into you or won't get out of your way infuriates me, particularly on the tube. Can I tell you what really winds me up just quickly? It's when you're driving and someone's crossing the road, not on a crossing, or it could be on a crossing, but on a crossing, I suppose, you have the right of way, can take as long as you want, right? Because I'm obliged to stop. It's when people, it's usually teenagers, walk across the road in front of you. You're driving and they make you slow down and they don't make any effort to get across the road quickly. That winds me up. I don't know why. It's instant. It's like, get out the road. If I'm not paying attention, you're dead. What are you doing? Really winds me up. Hi, Xander. Oh, Xander in. Hello, mate. Oh, I need to get back to you, don't I? Yeah, we'll chat soon. Had my first DHL missed delivery the other week. That's annoying. Ordered a RAM chip for a PS5 and they provided a photo of the front door. Didn't bother with insurance. Hang on, Big Tony, what are you talking about before? I missed your first bit. I don't know where the rest of it is. Didn't bother with insurance, just the £25 basic. Worst thing, one was refused collection as two was a big pair of shoes. I think the courier is knocking stuff out. We'll charge drop off shop. Oh my goodness. Whatever, that sounds like a nightmare. Anyway. Oh, there you are, Xander. Oh, I was just ranting about drop off shops, messing you about, giving me one story, making up excuses not to take parcels. Don't be a drop off shop if you don't want to take parcels. You know what I mean? It's like, don't give me a load of stories that just don't make any sense and then take all of my parcels and make me feel like I'm putting you out. It's just... Anyway, right. Well, that was fun. I got it out of my system. So down here, this all sold in the book show tonight. But me, like an idiot, has stacked up all the books on the 2 crates that are left from yesterday's show. So first task is going to be to move all the blooming books. Thank you if you popped in earlier to our book show. It was the usual with books. A lot of stuff went cheap, but it's fine. You know, this stuff doesn't stand as much at all. So we're happy to pass them on at bargain prices. And a few bits went through the roof, right? That's how it always works. You get a few surprises, don't you? Just moving you along. And then I'll stack the books at the end of there. I mean, we had some really random stuff. We sold a folio, just one single folio book that we had. And that went for, I think, 15 or 18 or something like that. That was a good one. We had a few vintage stuff we find is really popular. Those ones at the bottom there, they did okay. Not as good as the vintage stuff we sold last week. We did a lot of kids books and bundles, a load of horrible histories down there. They were popular. What we got there, James Patterson, I think they went okay. So yeah, it was good. We've cleared, last time we did a book show, we cleared 151 books, I think it was. I think tonight we did, in number of books, it was even more, probably nearer 200, I would guess. We did some big bundles of kids' books, like 10 books at a time. Oh, and I even had some football programs. They sold, didn't get a lot, but I really don't mind. Christmas kids' books, all sorts. Because I've got to move them all out of the way. Look at those. That was a nice set with a special anniversary edition. Beatrix Potter. Oh, this was the folio. If you don't know about folio books, it's well worth knowing. If you see them, Folio Society books. I can't remember exactly. It was somewhere between 15 and 20 quid we got for that one. Absolutely gorgeous. Can't get it back in. There we go. Right, let's get all of these out of the way. We sold quite a few individual books like House of Games and stuff. Most didn't go for much, but it's fine. It adds up very quickly, and a lot of people were buying multiples, building up a basket of books, you know. Gardening books were popular tonight. We had some nice Royal Horticultural Society stuff. Here we go, this sort of thing. They were popular. Most weren't big money. I think that did quite well. William Morris, little book about his life. All these did really well. Great Western Railway and Southern Railway. The history of the posters they used to design in the sort of 20s, 30s, that sort of period. All right, let's get it all out of the way. Oh, and that was cool. Righty ho. So I'm going to pack some stuff. I hope I've got some juice in my other laptop. Yes, I do. I'm just going to reply to George. No problem. We'll sort a date soon. Oh, I'm sorting a date with George. Right. So I've done quite a lot from Monday, but it's the stuff I was dropping off tonight, or trying very hard to drop off. Okay. Sorry, I'm behind in the chat now. Off to bed. Good night. Got our regular live at 10 a.m. Blimey. Yeah, 10 a.m. is too early for me to do a live. I'll still be in bed. Are you able to simulcast on Whatnot when you do eBay Live? No, Whatnot and eBay are very different platforms. No is the quick answer to that one. We're not doing Whatnot now anyway at all. We are, as far as live stream selling goes, we're just eBay. William's been listing clothing, books and DVDs. Good stuff. Hey, Krillin. That threshold needs raising to 150k. Well, it would hurt. Yeah, it would be nice. Because what is it now? 85, isn't it? Or am I behind? Because they change it yearly. I missed your first book sale, sadly. No worries. We'll probably run one again soon. We were talking earlier after this show. We may only do Monday's show next week now because we've got so much to prepare for going away. We may only do one show next week. We were suggesting we might do another book sale, but I'm not sure now. Oh, Concord says, my parcel arrived, Nick, from last week's live. Very happy with its packaging as well as the items. Good, good. Thank you. Good evening, the Laney. Got the tree book tonight because of the bookmark. Wasn't it cool? Yeah, I don't know where that... I've just moved all the books. I don't know where that one is. I thought that was what... It was a beautiful book as well, though. Yeah, I don't know where it is to put my hand on it. But that bookmark just fell out. I didn't even know it was in there. Yeah, I thought briefly it was Mabel Lucy Atwell. My grandfather used to collect her illustrations and postcards and stuff, but it was similar, but it wasn't her artwork. Okay. Right, my eBay orders. I would imagine the book show has come through now. No, it hasn't. There's a window of time after eBay Live where you can't dispatch because there's a window where your buyers can go to your store and get the postage discounts, whatever you set up. So I can't dispatch any of the books yet anyway, but I have what's left from Monday to go through. Right, let's see. So Kim has 2 orders to dispatch, number 27 and 40. I can see 40. Of course, it's something big and breakable. Perfect. And 27. Let's click on it and see what it was. My video receipts weren't working in the show before this, which was really annoying because I find it a quick way to...
It's lovely.
Find out.
Okay, so
egg cups
that's running now is for a pair of mid-century little egg cups.
Egg cups. Egg cups. Found them. That didn't take long, did it? Right. So I I don't have a number on them, just to double check. Where's that gone? There it is. Oh no, it's not. No, that's not it. Okay. Well, I can trust it because it's on the receipt there. Right, let's come out of there. Okay, so let's get some packing supplies. Doo-doo-doo. Antoinette, hello. Who else have we got in here? Picked up some Caterpillar walking boots, maybe, and the laser challenge game. Okay. Oh, there's the little thingies inside Andrea's little note. Okay, we will wrap those in bubbles. This bubble wrap, it's not very good. It's got old sticky tape and a load of little foam balls stuck to it. It's a bit glossy. Hold that thought and we'll get something a bit better. I'm just going to use some of these giant plastic bags. I find these work really well, actually. But you can roll them up like that and then just... I know you can't see, can you? And then you can just do that. That works, doesn't it? We'll go again for fun. I can get pretty much endless supplies of this stuff as well. There's a big shop that I go to, fills their bins with this stuff, and it's all going to landfill if I don't use it. Oh yeah, I've got some quiet tape. I'm going to see if I can get hold of more of this. Hooray! 2 egg cups. Now this beast of a thing, Andrea loves to sell big, awkward, breakable stuff. Right, I'm going to have to find a big box. Big box. Hang on, you're plugged in. I'm struggling to turn you around. Right, ignore the chaos over here. You're not allowed to comment on how messy my office is, because I'm well aware, and it's embarrassing enough. Does that work? Trouble is, I don't really have any. Can't hardly get in here. That's about right, I think. Oh, and I've got some of this stuff. Have you ever seen this stuff? It's like wool inside plastic. I get it from Pets at Home. I don't know what they get delivered in it. It's called Wool Cool. Anyway, I get through tons of the stuff. So if we wrap the vase in it, just about the right width as well. We'll leave the sticker on like that. So we can do that. Beautiful. Maybe like that, or maybe I should go at this point turn the corner. See if we can go end to end once. Yes. All you can hear is the tape gun creaking rather than the tape with this orange stuff. Squeak. Now I reckon, yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. So I mentioned before, my YouTube output has been shockingly bad. I've had footage waiting to be edited from about a month and a half ago. It's when we went to a yard sale and I bought that great big brass kettle. You may have seen it in one of Andrea's videos. I've sold it already. Still haven't edited the video. I'm not very good at doing multiple things, and eBay Live has just consumed my brain the last couple of months, and it doesn't really create the things I used to film, as in picking orders is very different now. We just have a pile of stuff waiting to be packaged all the time. It's how it feels now. I need to just carve out some time and do some mini videos about stock as it comes in, or a niche. I enjoy doing those videos where it's like a closer look at something. Like, for example, I found a whole load of Polly Pockets from the 80s. That would make a good video. I was considering doing a eBay Live special and just selling off all the Polly Pockets, but I don't know. There's some silly value in some of them. I've got like Disney ones and all sorts. Right, I'm going to get some more of that wool stuff, I think. Maybe this is going to be heavy anyway, so I might use some of the crushed. Oops. You know that crushed up cardboard box stuff, but it's quite heavy. Yeah, this is over 2 kilos already, so it doesn't really matter. We'll use some of this stuff. Right, so that can go there. And then where'd the egg cups go? There they are. Egg cups. Hang on a minute, I need some more. You can't see. There we go. Right. So who's this going to? Kim. Let's just put a little note in to thank Kim for supporting our show. Oh, we found another set of note cards. I'm getting through them at a ridiculous pace now. We're doing like 50 items a show. But going back to what I was ranting about earlier, just spending that extra little minute on customer service, making someone feel noticed, you know, and cared about. I think it's important in life in general. Hi, Kim. Many thanks. Right. It goes a long way. Right, that is done. We can seal that up. And then I will catch up in the chat. Do, 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 do. Yeah, this tape came from a lovely chap called Eddie. I'm buying a load of stock from him. Well, not much actually. He's got loads of stuff, but I'm having to be very strict with myself because we're struggling for space down here. But I think I'm going to message him and see if I can buy a load more of this because it's quiet and the stick on it is so good. Some cheap tape that you get, it just doesn't adhere to certain surfaces really well. But this is, look at that, it's so good. And I kind of like the orange. Look at that, it's fancy. Right, so let's get a label. Oh, it's all wobbly. 2734. That wool stuff looks like the itchy blankets when I was a kid. Yeah, a little bit. I know what you mean. Sitting on hands so as not to comment. What was I talking about? I'm so far behind. They use that for fresh pet food. That would make sense. Yeah. Sometimes I go down when I'm getting boxes from there. They have some really nice size boxes quite often. So when I'm in the area, I try and remember to pop in. And sometimes they just have piles of that. I guess when they've had a fresh delivery, then a fresh pet food delivery, they all come packed in that stuff maybe. Went dumpster diving at a car parts warehouse and got bin bags full of that polystyrene sheeting, stuff you can just tear into strips. Great void fill. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. The book market's a special indeed. I've never been much of a reader. I like looking at pictures. Commissioned artist now. Good for you. Fantastic. Pop down a trophy shop in town. He has packing peanuts by the black sack that he gives away. Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, I thought you were telling me, is that what you do? Because there is a trophy shop here, or there was. I know there was a trophy shop that shut down recently here. Oh, seeing that shredded cardboard reminds me, look to buy one to produce my own void fill, and the machine would have cost $1,500. Wow. I agree. I really appreciated my card in my parcel. Good. Yeah, we did run out briefly, but I've got more back in. I at least try and remember to at least put a post-it note in. Sometimes I forget every now and again, but yeah, it's the little things, right? It's a joy to see the care and consideration whilst packing fragiles, Nick. I've had so many damaged pieces because of callous sellers. Each purchase now comes with its own trauma. I can't remember who shared it. Somebody that Andrea follows shared, I think on Instagram. They bought 2 really nice mugs. I think they were like studio pottery mugs on Vinted. So you guess where I'm going with this. They turned up in a poly mailer. I think they'd wrapped like one little layer of bubbles around them and thought 2 mugs in a poly mailer would survive. They didn't. In fact, I think one did, which itself was a miracle. Anyway, I need a label. Let's get a label. I've packed one item. How long have I been live? Does it tell me? Nearly an hour. One parcel an hour. Good God. Right, get postage label. 2734 grams. It's a whopper. 2734. It's not beyond 61, is it? Nowhere near. It's about 50. Yes, it is 50. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Right, that's done. Come on. Computer's getting tired. It's slowed down. Neil, it's not quiet until you oil that wheel on your tape gun. I've got some WD-40. We could try it. Porky, hello. I usually drop a card and a pack of pork scratchings in. Do you really? It's still open, just changed names. Oh, right. Oh, is that Damien? Is that you, Damien? Oh, missed the bin. The birds in the spring go bananas over the wall stuff. Blue tits flying away looking like Groucho Marx. Awesome. I've packed stuff with old clothing, clean, naturally, and resellable. Wow. Okay. Need to get some more boxes tomorrow. I need more. I've because we're selling in volume now through eBay Live. I am running out of boxes quicker than I can source them at the minute. Particularly, you know, kind of shoebox size ones, the handy sizes. Right, one parcel. Earlier when I was shipping the stuff I dropped off when I went, when I went and ranted, I've probably done about 10 in the same space of time. But hey, it's good to talk to people, be social, get out of my headspace for, a while. Right, that's done. Let's find somebody else's stuff. What have we got? Right, Rita bought 1, 2, 3 items from that show. So we will pack those now. Numbers 7, 38 and 8. 7, 38 and 8. Can I find them just by looking through the numbers? Right, that's all later numbers. You can't see. Hold on. Oh, don't fall off your box, whatever you do. Right, that's all later numbers by the look of it. This is what's left in here. Seven. Oh, this was something Andrea ran. These are, we think they're designed as dipping bowls, to have on a table when you've got lots of nibbles, or maybe for avocados. So that's 7. And then 8 and 38. 8. What was 8? I may have to look at the receipt. Was it these? I did a bundle of kids, what do you call it? Comforters. They've got no, they don't even have a number on. Oh. Yes, it is. It's that. All of those. It says comforters times 5. And then I think I found another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I found another one and I said I would chuck it in. So That's cool. Well, there'll be padding. Right, there's your padding for the parcel. And what was it? 38. 38. That's likely to be in here. I would like to get to a situation where we've got some shelving in the other room free. So as we go through a show, we can just rack things up as we sell them in order and just make this whole process a lot easier. But we are still, you know, wrestling with a backlog. But we have plans in place to hopefully reduce it. I've been saying that my whole life. What am I doing? 38. Let's just look at the video receipt, shall we? Quicker and easier. Turn the audio on. Be interested? They all have the sheet music inside. Sheet music. Sheet music.
I think they're a cool thing. I think they're really cool.
Sheet music. Right. I think that is laying down in the bottom of one of these boxes. It's the bottom box. Underneath here. Yes, I know you can't see. Oh, these were, yeah, this was cool. This one, for your Oscar consideration. So this would have been sent to somebody that was on the judging panel for the best original song. And this was Lionel Richie. And then we've got other ones that we can only assume they all came in together, were Oscar nominated. Blame Canada and How Do I Live, Leanne Rimes. Was that Leanne Rimes that sang it? I feel like it was. It's written by Diane Warren. Anyway, right, so need a box. Oh, I tell you what, there's a box just there that did have stock in it. Oh, I'm losing, and they nearly dropped all of those out of there. Look. Ugh. Sold all of these incense sticks. They don't really fit back in the box. Oh, and this little cowrie shell. The carved cowrie shell. That was cool. And the Turkish spice grinder or coffee grinder. Grind whatever you want in it. None of my business. Right, I reckon the onion rings box it is. So we can. Ah, look, it's another one. Where's the one they were coming out of there? Right, I'm going to get something to wrap those breakable bits in. I've now got How Do I Live going around and around in my brain. Right, do another layer. A bit like that. Quiet tape. So we have a new Prime Minister. Deja vu. But somebody was talking about the stats of how many prime ministers we've had in a certain amount of time. It's utterly ridiculous. Liz Truss was our elected official where we lived in Norfolk. She was our MP. She came to our village and I missed the opportunity to shout something absurd at her. We saw all of her entourage. It looked like, the mafia had come to our village. It was like, what are all these people in suits doing? I didn't see her. They went in the village shop and I saw all these blokes in suits coming out of the shop, and it looked like a funeral was going on or something. Anyway, they were canvassing door to door, but they didn't come to our house. We could have shouted something about lettuces at her or something. We didn't get the opportunity. Oh, imagine if she'd have actually knocked on our door and I'd have had if I'd have seen her coming, I could have got my phone ready and filmed an interaction with Liz Truss and got a viral video out of it. What an embarrassment that whole farce was. Right, we have 2 little studio pottery dishes, like so. And what we'll do, these can all lay in the bottom, all of the sheet music, like so. I'll do a little card for Rita while we think about it before I forget. One of those. Right, let me double check. So it was it definitely 3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Get postage. Okay. Combine, shipping. Right, perfect. Oh, I've been enjoying the updates from Russia. It's all coming home. Good old Vlad's special 3-day operation. Day, what are we on? 1500 or something. And the country's basically on fire. For a country whose main export or main industry is the petrochemical industry, and there's lines at every gas station or petrol station. There's lines. People are queuing up. They can't get fuel. Oh, what a shame. Right, I'm going to lay these comforters, I always forget that word, all around the dishes. And then we will void fill over the top. There we go. That should be okay. Is that everything? I think that's all of them. And then, yeah, fill in the void. Yeah, the sad thing, well, there are many, many sad things about the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the sickening loss of life being the paramount one, of course. But the environmental impact of this, all day, every day, oil refineries on fire, everything just burning. Have you seen the fire from the Wildberries? That Ukraine attacked Russia's equivalent of Amazon, their main Moscow delivery hub and warehouse. They attacked that and burnt it to the ground. God only knows how big this place was. Have you seen the disgusting, hideous smoke cloud coming from that? I've seen footage from the towns where Ukraine are, rightfully, by the way, I support what they're doing. They're fighting for their own sovereignty. But I saw a report from one of the refining towns where it was just raining oil. It was coming down with the rain, coating everything with this sticky mess. It's an environmental disaster. You see, Russia could stop this war at any moment. But one man doesn't want to. And this will be his legacy. Sorry, I got all political all of a sudden. There's no call for that, is there? Let me go back a bit. Having seen how those couriers collect items, I pack everything but clothing. I pack everything but clothing so it can be thrown and not get damaged. Exactly. You have to. You have to assume people are going to launch something without a care in the world on the back of a truck onto a conveyor belt. Yeah. When I'm standing behind someone in the post office that have used Tesco's bags with tape, my packing OCD is crazy. I would, yeah, I'd be the same. Bought an iPhone screen. It was really well packed. Came with a little invoice and a note with stickers and a personal note. Rarely leave feedback when buying tech stuff, but that stood out. See, it makes a difference, doesn't it? It really does. Did I write a note? Yeah, I did. Did I? Did I write a note to Rita? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I do sometimes forget. Where was I? Got negative feedback as I wrapped Sylvanian family's house in clean cloth. Couldn't contest as I caught it too late. Would they prefer to have it rattling around? Why were they bothered? If it arrived in one piece, your packaging did its job. Vintage sellers are the worst packers. I thought getting an item wrapped in a Tesco bag off eBay was bad. I've heard this about Vinted. I've never bought something on Vinted. Andrea has, but it's only been clothing, so we've not experienced, getting some ceramics from Vinted. There was a show on American TV about two guys who go thrifting in Las Vegas, and they wrapped up a mug and threw it to see if it would break, and it stayed intact. Okay. Leanne Rhymes sang it. It was it? I thought so. Liz would have been deluded enough to think you were praising her. The next shortest MPM died in office. There was someone shorter than her term? Oh dear. That clip was made up when Liz Truss was talking about imported cheese. Very funny. I don't remember that. Oh, chat's just jumped. They canvassed my door after Liz Truss. They weren't happy when I asked her party canvassers for the £250 a month back off them. My mortgage went up. Yeah. Where do people get their boxes from generally? I tend to go to shops, and I've got a few spots down here now since I moved here. It's a lot easier where we are here. I'm in a town now, and there's a big shopping centre not far, out of town place. I can go to a few spots there and fill up the car. I I need to go more often at the moment. If I get political, I'll be kicked out of chat with my opinions. I did last week for talking about NATO. It's difficult. In the past, I've tended to steer clear completely, but I'm getting to an age where, to be blunt, I don't give a anymore, I guess. And also, I think we're in a time where you have to have an opinion right now. Politics is so divisive and it's so polarized. I think it's hard not to be vocal about it. I think we should be vocal about it. Some of the stuff that's going on, I think you can't hide behind, oh, I shouldn't talk about politics anymore. I think you kind of have to nail your colours to the mast a little bit. I mean, but then again, it's up to everybody, right? You do what you want, but yeah, I don't expect people to agree with me, but I expect people to appreciate that I have an opinion, right? You can have a different one. Okay, let's see. Where was I? I've never been more angry about something in politics than her screwing up my mortgage. When a political decision hits you almost instantly in the wallet, it brings it home how important politics is and how important it is to place your vote, with your brain. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, if I get political, I read that already. Glory to Ukraine. Thank you, Ross. Egos of petty-minded men who want to be remembered for taking over other countries. Trump's the same. Trump admires. You only to know who Trump is. Who are his heroes? Putin. Trump literally laid out a red carpet for Putin and let him enter United States territory. A known war criminal, but Trump admires him. He admires Kim Jong. Is it Un or Il? I get muddled up. He admires dictators who are corrupt. Funnily enough, because that's exactly what Trump is. Sorry, we're off again. Wildfires in the UK are bad enough. Yesterday we had 2 fires from each side of our mountain. We had to move our sheep. Oh my goodness. The fire was choking them. That is scary. Yeah. We've got friends in Spain. You may know them. We've got to know them through YouTube. Tom and Terry. Their village was affected by the wildfires in Spain. They know people in neighboring villages or know of people, I don't know if they knew them personally, who were trying to evacuate in their cars and were burnt alive. So that really brought it home to them. I think they were in a lot of shock after that. But thankfully, they were okay and their property was okay. Noreen Skinner does a character who's a parody of Liz Truss. I don't think I've seen that. Liz Truss was PM when the Queen died. Yes. Yeah, she was like the angel of death. She went around shaking people's hands and they died. Well, certainly the Queen. Yeah. Pub quiz question of the future. Yeah, good point. I've got Genesis Invisible Touch album on in the background whilst watching after you spoke about it the other night. What an album, as you said. Forgot how good. Yeah, if I play that album, it takes me back to a very specific time when I really got into Genesis and went to see them live in 1992. I got into their back catalogue on the back of the We Can't Dance album, and I saw them at Nebworth on that tour. And that's when I first bought Invisible Touch. Why do the left demonize people for having different political views? I don't demonize anybody. I have an opinion, and you can have a different one. People can be friends and vote differently, but the left don't like it. I think that goes both ways, and I think you're casting everybody under an umbrella there unfairly. There are very yeah. I don't think that's fair to say everybody on the left acts like that. I know I certainly don't, and I 100% identify as being left. Okay, let's get a label. The whole point is to know your opinion, know why you have it, and be prepared to stand up for yourself, but also respect others the right to have theirs. That's lacking, I think, in politics for sure, but it's on both sides. 1318. I wonder if that will go as a small parcel. Oh, it will just. Will it? 30. Yeah, that will. $13.18. Small parcel. That will go. It's actually cheaper to send that by Royal Mail, 48, so we will. Oh my goodness, I've done 2 parcels in all this time. Right, hang on. Why is that not printing? Do something. There we go. Okay. Just look at the billions of taxpayer money wasted on HS2 for a sign of government incompetence. It's been going on so long. Just dragging on and on and on. The endless money they're throwing at it. Right. Let me catch up. Oh God, HS2, get to Glasgow 3 minutes quicker from London. It's that all it is? Seriously? Okay. I got a black eye off the new singer of Genesis at school as I called him a tube. Okay, wow, what a story. Ah, dear. Oh. What I see is that people only see what they want to see on social media, meaning the right generally think the left are the bums, okay, and vice versa. I think a smart individual, it takes a smart individual to understand the truth. I would agree to a certain extent. I think that some of the categorizations of the left are hilarious. And likewise of the right. I mean, we're talking extremes here, aren't we? I think that happens both ways around, right? A lot of our friends are very left-leaning, and none of them I would think you could ever describe as a bum. I don't know what you mean by a bum or what other people do, but oh, this chat is also jumpy. Once the government brainwashes its citizens, you've to follow the Pied Piper, not here. Smoke screens are exactly what they are. Absolutely, Nick. I'm centre left and my best friend is centre right. I have friends that probably vote Reform, but they're still friends. I have a friend that is a communist, but we're still friends. Yeah. I've had experience of friends who have fallen out, not necessarily with me, but certainly with lifelong friends. I've heard about family members, particularly in America, where it's so polarized now. There is an argument that the polarization of it is to just keep everybody arguing whilst we're not actually pointing at the major problem here, which is the massive wealth gap and this elite class that's just pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. Anyway, the biggest, this I can totally get on board with, Wes. The biggest thing that is missing is treating others fairly and with compassion. That is what's gone out of the window in America completely. When you look at the policies that are being put through, what's going on in the streets of America, there's zero compassion. And it does worry me that some of the direction that certain parties want to take us in this country. We'll see. We will see where we get to. Okay, let's find another order and pack some things. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. So somebody called Michael has bought 4 things from the last show. No, the show before last. I'm doing Monday show here. 35, 48, 41, 31. So that should be stuff from in here, maybe. I'm just going to click on them. It's getting late. I'm just going to listen to myself talk about an item, or it might be Andrea. They're all labeled with numbers, but it's just sometimes easier to listen to the replay. Oh, that's a cap.
Oh, yeah. Navitas Score. I don't really know anything about the brand at all, but rather nice. One size. It is adjustable at the back. So yeah, ideal for this sunny weather that we're having.
Found it.
Oh, it's a Norwegian company, apparently.
That's that. That was 35. 48 is...
So yeah, reusable
up to an hour
hand warmers.
Hand warmers.
Both sets, I think. Activate, for instance.
Hand warmers.
So 2 sets of hand warmers.
These are good if you're a boot sailor like we are.
How to use
the winter.
Yeah, we're selling hand warmers in the height of summer. That's how we roll. We sold recently hot water bottles. We sold a few of those recently. Thermos flasks. Although you can use thermos flasks to keep things cool, so that kind of makes sense in a way. 2 packs of those. Third thing they bought was this one.
The last few lots of these are gone.
Beach blankets.
We won't be able to get any more of these.
Do we have any
Glass vases, maybe.
I think this pair was the same. Yeah, 2 the same.
Hi, Liz. Thank you.
Yeah, 2 the same.
So just join us.
Could you use them for shade?
Could you use them for shade?
And they bought one more thing, number 12, which is probably in this first box. So look. Yes. I think it's going to be these. That's what yeah, there we go. 2 Wild Republic toys. Like plush things. So let's double check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice little order, all from the same show. Get postage label. So nothing really breakable there. That's nice. Yeah, not a bad little order, that one. I mean, it's not big money. Let's have a look. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, 20 pounds before the postage. Combine. Right, let's find a box. That's heavy. We don't need much space in it. It needs to be long enough for those. Everything else isn't really, well, none of it's breakable. Right, I'll be back in a sec. Need to try and find a box. This is the sort of size I'm lacking, really. Tell you what, though, that might just do it. I'm thinking. I think that'll do. Right, I can't remember where I was on the chat. What did I? Ross says the social media algorithms are tailored to give you all content that is extremes. Yeah, well, yeah, media has gone that way, hasn't it? Because the algorithm ends up pushing that stuff because anything that's extremely negative or extremely positive gets more engagement and triggers the algorithm. That's certainly one reason why. And also, of course, your own personal algorithm gives you what you want. So you end up in your own little echo chamber, whether you are left-leaning, right-leaning, the algorithm works that out and pumps that stuff to you. So you end up, if you're not careful, just hearing what you want to hear. And it's dangerous, which is why being social, going out, going to the pub, chatting with people, getting out there in the real world and experiencing other point of views, sat around a table, is so key. Because I really believe that the powers that be just want us all trapped in our own little worlds, just feeding on what we're given. Okay, let's see if that's big enough. It should be. I'm going to put those down the middle like that and then put all the soft stuff around them. Let's put, hang on. Let's do that. Where's the cap going to go? Oh, I forgot about the cap. Okay, this box may not be big enough. Let's lay these down. Oh, they won't quite lay down. Yeah, they will. There we go. That's got some dust on it. It's got some. I'm going to brush this off a bit. Won't be a minute. Oh, what is it about black material? You just can't get fluff off it. It just seems to stick on black. Or maybe it's just because you can see it. Get off. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh. Okay. Right, I'm going to lay that in. Pop that in it. Okay, this box was a tight squeeze in the end. That guy, I think he's a giraffe, can squeeze there. And then we've got a tiny little moose. I love these Wild Republic ones. They're really nice. There we go, something like that. Hooray! Right, let's give this guy a note to Michael. Right. Hi, Michael. Right. Left wing, right wing, same pigeon. I've never heard that. I was watching I think it was on Instagram, a little post about the origins of left and right wing was from the French Revolution, and where people sat when they debated ideas and stuff, I believe. And it's kind of stuck, but it's come to represent extremes of viewpoint, liberal and conservative in the extremes. Right, we have another parcel with funky orange tape on it. Let's get a weight on this. Hope it's under 2 kilos. 1701. Perfect. I reckon that'll go. Easily small parcel. Yeah. That can go 1 mile 48. Right, 1701. Small parcel. Right. Let's get this printing and I'll catch up in the chat. Hello, Donna. How are you? I don't know how far back I got to. All right, I've read that from Ross. Oh, I've read that as well. Okay. I prefer the magic roundabout. Zebedee. Nick, it is the Rothschilds in control. Well, more and more these days, it's the tech billionaires controlling the shots. You know, like Musk funding parties, funding far right parties, because that's, you know, his choice, all over Europe. This is the problem, isn't it? When you're that rich that you can happily throw £10 million here and there, and that can make the difference for a small party and their potential rise to power. Money is power, more so than it's ever been, I think. What am I doing? Why is it printed? Did I press print? I'll do another one just in case. Oh, I haven't done it. There we go. Done. One of the cool things, or there are many cool things about eBay Live, it does feel like you're on a crazy kind of fairground ride you can't get off of sometimes, but it's cool because even though we've sold 50 things, it might only be 20 parcels because people, as you're just saying, people buy 4 or 5 things at a time. All right, that's done. That's done. Next person bought 3 things. Nick, I'll send you some good podcasts I listen to of people coming together in the center from opposing views and discussing things with respect. That's the dream, isn't it? actually conversing, hearing somebody out, not, you know, cancelling them because they have a different point of view, and accepting that you might be able to learn something. Yeah, what a concept. What are you doing about the damage to your car? Will you get it repaired? Someone has gone down the side of my car today and caused damage to the passenger back wing. Oh, only had it since March. I haven't even stopped. The paint that's come off their car onto mine will just buff off. It's where they've taken a couple of little bits of paint off mine that I may get it resprayed. I might go and get a quote and see. When I spoke to Simon, he suggested it would be anywhere up to £100. It's just frustrating because, you know, we'd had the car. I think it was almost exactly a week and someone drove into it. But hey, first world problems. It's not major damage. It's literally scuffed the paintwork, but it's just irritating. Right, let's see what Paul has bought. Numbers 18, 12 and 42. Let me just have a root in here first and see if I can just pick them out. We're getting the numbers down, so we should be able to just see things quite quick. That's 41. What's the coffee grinder? Number 4. What did I say? 18, 12, 42. No. Birdhouse? Oh, no. Notebooks. Can't see a number on them. Oh, great. No number. 46. No. We do need to organise a better system for this. Number 9, number 22, 26, number 6, everything but 31, 23, what did I say again? 18, 12, 42. Not finding any of it. 45, 43, scarves, 33. 42, it's the tiny Buddha little figurines. 42. Yes. 18 and 12. Maybe they're in the other box. 18 and 12. Nope. Well, that hasn't got a label on it. Maybe it's the dinosaur. It might be this. Let's just click on it. Number 12. This one.
So we've got a little moose and a giraffe who feels very, very soft. He's almost sort of jelly catty type soft. It's very nice.
I've just packed these.
And his little moose friend, little baby moose.
Have I messed up?
They've got very characterful faces. Hello.
Hello, Flips SD. Hope you are well. Those have sold to Percy Food Paul, it says.
What have I done? What have I done? I just packed those. So I've this will teach me. Try and do 2 things at once, stream and pack. I'm just clicking on the other one to see what it is. Oh, it's one of the trugs. Ooh, at least I can sort this problem out because I haven't shipped it. Oh, I thought I was being so careful. Maybe the sticker. Hang on, what number was that? Oh, Hold on a minute. Yeah, 12. Right, so that's one of these. Let's grab that quick. Oh, that means I've got to unpack that box. And I don't know what other item I'm supposed to put in that box. Knowing my luck, it'll be something big and it won't fit. I really don't know what I've done wrong here. So I was certainly checking numbers. I reckon what I've done is there's 18. We had 2 of these wham like chug things. I don't know if that's what they actually call them, but right, so that's that. Fine. Do that. See, my mind's trying to think through how I've done that. I reckon the number that was on the little post-it note has fallen off because it doesn't stick to plush very well. It's fallen off and stuck onto something else, and I've not checked what it said on the label. I'll have to go into that other order and see what it was. That's annoying. Right. So can we do this one now? No, I've got to get that out of the box. Let's get it out quick. See, what we've got to hope is the item that should be in here to replace. I'm going to click on it again and just double check. Oh, where did the note go? Where's number 12? Did they not have a note on? I don't know how I got that so confused then. Oh, that's egg cups. We did that ages ago. No, that's something else. Oh, what a palaver. Yeah, what we've got to hope is that whatever should be in this box, instead of these 2 plushes, will fit. Because if it's going to require a bigger box, this small parcel label won't count. I did half think when I packed it, an adult cap, some, what was it? Oh yeah. I don't know, they didn't really fit in. That's annoying. We'll look into that in a bit. Right, I'm going to need a much bigger box for that. Yeah, Ross, video receipts are a godsend, but I've still managed to screw something up. Where's the label off that? Oh, that's so annoying. Oh. I know, that's the one off the trug thing. Okay, right. Let's just move on. We can sort it out. It's not the end of the world. Right, I need a big box for this one. I'm not sure I have many boxes that size at the moment. What have we got down here? No, nothing really. I may have to pop out tonight and just go to a couple of regular spots and find more boxes. Might do a late night recce. What time is it? 1:10 nearly. Hold on. I've got this box here. Which is full of stuff. I don't even know if this is deep enough. I've got stock piling up over there that's drafted. These are 2 controllers for chairs that help you stand up. They're drafted. Still haven't got round to getting the pictures done. I need to just spend the whole afternoon or evening doing that. And this really high quality wetsuit in there is drafted for some pretty good money. Just need to lay that out and get pictures. Is it deep enough? Yes. Okay. Okay, so what do we have? 42 was the Buddhas. Just going to click on that and double check. See, now I'm paranoid. Now I'm doing everything wrong. Oh dear.
They're not chess pieces, are they?
They're not chess pieces, I'm afraid, no.
Yeah, that's right.
2-inch tall on the elephant. They're just nicely carved little things.
So that's right.
I would say they're just a resin. I'll show you a base.
And the trug. Do I check the trug?
Let's give you an idea of size.
Yeah, I mean, you could use it for the garden as well, couldn't you?
You could use it for the garden. I think their design's gone. You sink with all your cleaning stuff. 30.
Yeah. Right, I'm just going to pack these bits. And then we will unpick the problem with that other order. Or maybe I'll draw a line under this stream at that point. Let's go and have a well-deserved drink. Cup of tea I'm talking about. Right. Let's see. If I pack some of this wool stuff under it, is that going to make it too high? That will be ideal. So I've wrapped that underneath and around it. I'm just going to bubble wrap these because they are breakable. And then we'll pack that one up. Okay, let me catch up in here for a minute. What are you doing about the damage? Oh, we've done that. Phantom Andrea voice. Was there? If they say it's bad for you, it's good for you. If they say it's green, it's blue. If they say look left, look right. Most left people have money and live in nice areas, don't really see what's going on in the country. See, I think I don't believe that's true. Yeah, I mean, maybe on average, you might say that's true, but I certainly have very liberal friends who don't have money. It's all personal experience, I guess, isn't it? It's about who you know, where you live in the country. Don't really see what's going on in the country in a little bubble. Not many boat people moving in next door to them. See, that's a whole other conversation, isn't it? About what you're calling boat people there. Was going to watch, but zero interest in any eBay live content. Fair enough. You don't have to watch. That's a massive generalization. People in poor areas do vote left. Absolutely. Oh, crumbs. This chat. I try and scroll and then it just jumps about 20 comments. Where was I? Okay, I think people have answered the question about paying tax there. I've got so much to catch up on. I was watching a documentary about charity shops. They were talking about the quality of donations going into their shops. I've got so much to catch up on. Talking about pyramids now. A moose is a big mouse in Scotland. Hope that helps. What are you talking about? Big doors for human beings there, Sean? Giant bones? I don't know what we're on about here now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're on about there, Sean. Right, I think what I'm going to do, let's finish this parcel. I'm going to wrap these up. You might be getting into kind of weird conspiracy theory area there, Sean. I don't know. I'm not sure I was following what you were saying, to be perfectly honest. Oh, one of my kind of guilty pleasures is watching. I follow 2 or 3 channels actually, who debunk flat Earth videos, and it is funny. The theories they come out with, when hundreds of years of empirical study and scientific research has proved to the point of fact where we are in our solar system, the shape of the Earth, and what it's formed of and how it formed, all through peer-reviewed scientific research, right? And this wonderful little corner of the internet decides they know better, but when they try and prove it, inevitably they either fail or they prove the opposite. they prove that we're on a spherical planet, and then deny their own results. It's great. That's like my little guilty pleasure, is watching flat Earth debunking videos. Okay, so that is our little Buddha, guys. Rat. Seal that up. That can go in here. Just need a bit more padding, and then we're good to go. How are we looking on weight? If I can avoid pushing it over 2 kilos, I will. It feels like we're under 2 kilos still. We're not. We're 20 grams over. That's irritating. Not sure I can really avoid that though, unless I might be able to use something other than, these are heavy. They're really handy, but also they weigh a lot. Well, let's see what else we've got. Oh no, Sean, you've been sucked in by flat Earth. I'm not. I don't even have the energy. The aeroplane science you're talking about is nonsense. Down is towards the center of the Earth. So people get very confused as well, because I don't think you're quite understanding the scale of the sheer size of the globe. Okay. So now I'm going to fight to keep this under 2 kilos, just because I don't want to pay the extra £1 or £2. Okay, we've still got some wiggle room there. Ooh. See, this is a lot lighter, but it does add up. scars really add up over time. Let's be honest, a plane doesn't go around. It does though, Sean. The planet we are on is so vast. The curvature we're talking about is so incremental. Are you expecting to feel some sort of curve? Because you won't. I saw this hilarious video of somebody saying that they've debunked satellites because they saw a picture supposedly, and they deny all pictures from space, of course, because space doesn't exist according to them. And they were saying that this picture is obviously fake of the Earth from space because you can't see the thousands of satellites. That's like saying, look at that skyscraper over there. I can't see the ants crawling up it. It's about scale. The world is vast. Satellites in relation are so tiny. They're there, right? They're in the picture. You just can't see them. It is funny. Let's be honest, a rocket would go out if there's no oxygen. That's not how that works. No. I appreciate you, Sean, but we have very different opinions on this. Going back to the whole respect thing, it's fine. We can agree to disagree on the shape of the Earth, if you like, Sean. And I think we're adult enough to not hold it against each other, right? Doesn't bother me. Right, I haven't put a note in this one, have I? Let's put a note in. And then I'm going to have to work out how I messed up that other package so badly. Have I caught up in the chat? I did see the clip of the guy who fired himself up in a rocket. Wasn't he trying to get a photograph or see it for himself? No. Yeah? Oh, I've got to pop upstairs. I'll be back. Hello? Okay. Right. Right, sorry. Have you wrecked the place in my absence? We're just chatting about Jeff, so I need to let him out. He's got a cone of shame on. He's got a problem with his foot. He won't leave it alone. He's under a course of antibiotics, but he doesn't like going out with his cone on. So we need to take his cone off to let him out, and then we have to watch him to make sure he wheezes because he's all in a tears at the moment because of the cone of shame. Anyway, I've been briefed on what I need to do when I let him out for his final wee of the night. Right, I'm just going to do a card for this one. If I put a lid on a candle, hey Sean, you're still here, good. If I put a lid on a candle, it doesn't stay alight. I think you need to look into what the thrust is created by in rockets that are in outer space. That might answer the question you've got there. Okay. Which one am I? Now lost what I'm doing. Here we go. 18, 12, 42, wasn't it? Paul. Get postage label. Combine all three. Oh, I didn't check if I'd actually got it under 2 kilos. That's what I was in the middle of doing. There's all too much going on at once now. Balance. Oh, you can't see, I know. 1967. Okay. We'll call that done. It's padded with a lighter material just to get it under the 2 kilos. Oh no, it's all falling apart. I just sealed across the top without putting the card in. Okay, let's write this to Paul. Hi, Paul. Okay. Oh, it's all gone conspiracy theory, look. Moon landings and stuff. There's something eerie about watching a clock tick away whilst Nick is upstairs. The moon landing is fake. Oh, Sean, you've been sucked in by it all. I'm a little conflicted about the moon landing, though. If I can't get a signal on my back bedroom, how can a president talk to an astronaut on the moon? They were doing it with radio waves, though, weren't they? They were doing it with a different technology. Oh, oh dear. Okay. I think the conspiracy theory thing is there's so much information out there that's false that if you have a preconceived idea, you can look for the information that backs up your point of view. And I think there's a lot of that goes on. Let's just leave that there, shall we? I don't feel the need to convince you otherwise. You're welcome to believe what you believe. Okay. Oh, let me seal this up. Words of wisdom. I cannot defy the laws of physics, Captain. That was my very bestest Scottish. I can only apologise, Ross. Oh, don't get me onto accents. I always end up on the continent of India when I attempt them. I don't know why. The fuel has oxygen in, Sean. Simple science. Once it's in space, there is no resistance and continues on velocity. Yeah, I wasn't sure of the chemical reaction that they were using, but it's not. Rockets, once you're in space, are not taking the fuel from around it. If you're talking about combustion here on Earth, you need heat, fuel, and oxygen. There is none of that in space. So you either need a different chemical reaction or to take it with you. Is that generally what they do, Ross? I remember talking about the moon landings. Mythbusters did an incredible show on the classic myths. There's one that people got so hot under the collar about the way the flag moved when they put a flag up. So on Mythbusters, they actually set up a vacuum and set a flag up and to see how it would react without any atmosphere for it to press against. And everything was backed up just fine. But look, if anybody out there watching this, if you want to believe that no one's ever been to the moon, crack on. It has no effect on me whatsoever. If you're happy in that belief and you firmly believe it, good on you. Doesn't bother me. We can agree to disagree quite happily. So Kath says rockets are not powered by combustion. So is it chemical reaction rather than combusting? I will declare my ignorance on the exact science of that. What Ross says would make sense, as in if they need the oxygen to make a reaction, is it part of the fuel? Is it liquid oxygen, or what do they have in those massive tanks? Okay, 1980. We got that packaged up at 1980. And I still need to work out what I got wrong with that other package. So I put the 2 Wild Republic things in it, and that was completely wrong. Medium parcel, 1980. That will go 371 with yodel, I think. Yes. 61 fits well within that size, isn't it? I like to check. So, yep, okay. Are you still with us, Sean? Yeah. As I was saying, look, I'm happy for you to believe whatever you believe, by the way, and I have total respect, but we can have different opinions, can't we? I do think you're wrong, as is my right, and you think I'm wrong. There we go. I thought it was incredible, the pictures that were coming back from the latest trip around. Right, we are done with the trug. What else was in there? Little Buddha figures and 2 soft toys. So I'm gonna have to work out where I went wrong with the other one. Maybe it's the dinosaur. Hopefully that'll be simple to fix. Anyway, Let's see what we've got going on in the chat before we wrap this up. What's Isabel saying there? There is gasification. There's a good word. A rocket stove, for instance. Reminds me of the film The Martian with Matt Damon. Great film that. Oh, I've been watching some interesting videos about the reality of getting to Mars. That Elon has been kicking the can down the road about, I'm going to Mars. You know, I don't know when he first said he was going, like 4 years ago or something. The reality is they're nowhere near the technology required to even contemplate it. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. Look, Sean says, look, is a Tatarian map. It's so different. I don't know what we're talking about there, mate. Russia and China have moon bases on the dark side. Do they really? I'm not so sure on that one, but maybe you know more than me. It is fun though, Nick. Conspiracy theory is a real thing. Used to mean people conspiring to hide something. Now it's tinfoil hat peeps. Yeah, that was the use of the phrase I was referring to. The interesting thing about it is that the channels that I follow, Simon Dan, there's several. I've learned so much, like incidentally along the way, about science and yeah, all sorts of stuff, and geometry, and you know, how light works and how refraction works, and all of these coincidental things that they talk about in these videos to prove or disprove certain things about curvature of Earth, and all these experiments that are done. And I find it a fun way to learn some stuff. And some of the channels are highly amusing as well. They get very strongly opinionated, as they should, right? As scientists, with people telling them all they've learned and know is wrong. They take umbrage with this. I find it really interesting. Sean says, we used to have 13 months in a year. They changed it to 12. Okay. I mean, there's been many different calendars over time, haven't there? Many different ways. It's just dividing up time. The months are to do with the moon cycles, though, aren't they? And that doesn't fit exactly in the time it takes us to go around the sun. But then if you believe we're not revolving around the sun, none of that's relevant. But it is in reality, in my reality, those distances and those times are relevant, and they don't quite fit in, do they? The moon going around the Earth, and the time the Earth goes around the sun, they don't. Anyway, so we have to accommodate, don't we, the differences. It's to do with expanding gases creating thrust. Well, that would make sense. If you can get two gases that react, and there's a chemical reaction causing liquids to turn into gas, for example, you would then get thrust. And if you channel that thrust in a certain direction, you would have an equal and opposite force thrusting you through space where there is no resistance. So you don't need a whole lot of thrust. Most of the thrust is to get us out of the atmosphere, because you've got to force your way through that resistance and the resistance of gravity, which, yes, is a real force. Anyway, I didn't expect to be chatting science tonight. Isn't that cool? Thank you, Kath. Yeah, that's really interesting. Mythbusters episode was brilliant. Shadows going in different directions, etc. Yes, which was basically down to perspective and how basic perspective works. I saw a really interesting video on that with somebody in the real world stood in a car park showing angles of shadows going like this from his point of view, or like that from your point of view, from the sun. X amount of million miles away, according to Flat Earth, just up there, a few miles away. Anyway, and it's to do with the perspective of the viewer. It's like when you look down some railway tracks, they go like that. But you know they're parallel. And it doesn't stop them being parallel. The fact that if you get down near to railway tracks, they are here, and then in the distance, they're there. They're still parallel. There's this whole thing flat earthers get confused about, that the sun must be local because look, the shadows go like that. Yeah, but that's due to your perspective. It's basic stuff. Anyway, wow. Earth is flat and we have never been to space. Well, that's a point of view, and we all have a point of view that we are able to express, and you know, you are welcome to have a very different one to others. Why do the oceans not fall off the edge? It's a very good point, Kath. I think the basic premise of a lot of the flat earthers is that there is a wall of ice, because on their map, which is kind of exploded outwards, Antarctica is not an island of ice. It is all the way around the perimeter of Earth. It's a very precarious way to be, because what if there was a leak? All the ocean would just drain away. But I believe, and now I think there are maybe several different flat Earth models. I don't know. I'm no expert in their idea of Earth, but I think that's the premise, that there's a wall that we're not allowed to go past for some reason. The odd thing, I'll stop rabbiting on about this in a minute, about a lot of flat Earth hinges on the fact that it's all a cover-up, which would need all nations in the Earth that have a space program to all be making it up, to all be hiding the truth. We can't get on as nations on the most basic things, yet we're all of our governments, with all of our combined space programs, all of our universities that teach this stuff, they're all in on the conspiracy. They're all hiding it for what reason we don't know, all working together, and nobody has ever broken the code of can't tell the people that we're actually on a flat Earth. All science is wrong. Just doesn't stack up. And why make all this stuff up? What are we all hiding? They do have UFO ships. They found that they can do things you never believe, but they get here. Teleportation. Well, I can't disprove what you're saying, so maybe you are right. The turtle carrying the Discworld on its back. Terry Pratchett, yeah, his idea was, yeah, all on the back of a giant turtle. Yeah, hello, married to reselling. Faye, Simon, or both. I've packed three parcels. Then we got onto politics, and then somehow got onto flat Earth. So I've not really packed much. Oh no, I've done 4, but I messed it up. I've had to unpack this. So I put something in it that wasn't meant to be in it. I got distracted. As I said before, Nick, escape velocity is what is necessary. Yeah, to escape Earth's gravitational force. I understand that bit. What a time to turn up. What are we talking about? Am I tripping? No, we're currently chatting about flat Earth. Pretty sure you can fire a gun in a vacuum. Yes, well, that everything required for that chemical reaction is inside the bullet, isn't it? So you've got the detonation, and then it's the explosion is turning solids into gas, and it's the gases that force the bullet out. So that would happen anywhere. You don't need an outside force, an outside chemical such as the oxygen in the atmosphere for combustion. Everything required for that is within the bullet itself. So you only need the pin to hit it to set off that chain reaction. A ball is flat. Ask Haaland. Have you seen the memes that are going around of that woman who looks like Haaland? When she does her impression, she looks incredibly like him. She's all over the internet at the moment. Oh dear. Oh, Sean's back with when we are told we breathe air, it is true when we are schooled and told what to think, what to do. We are indoctrinated at school, but we don't see it. See, going back to my point of what do you think is the point of the entire education system, not just of the country you're in, but everyone in the world, pulling the wool over everybody's eyes? And how do you get into being indoctrinated? That means all teachers, all university lecturers, all scientists are all part of one massive cover-up if you believe what you've just said. Like I said, we struggle to cooperate nation to nation on the tiniest of things. To all worldwide be in on covering up, basically saying all of science is a lie. I don't buy it. By the way, what would you think we are breathing then? Here's the cool thing about science. Everything is peer studied. Facts, if you want to, or a scientific theory, which is actually something that's been peer reviewed, and the same for something to go down in science as being like correct or true, it has to be replicated by others, so you can test it for yourself. Anyway, marriage to reselling. Didn't this stem from religion, where science started to disprove religious teachings? Somehow it's got nothing to do with that, but people still believe it. It may have a background in that. I think modern day conspiracy theories are just fueled by the internet that gives anybody a platform to teach what they believe as fact. And then it kind of proliferates at a greater speed than ever. But I don't know, maybe it has a religious background. There's still people, you can find some of the channels I watch debate creationists who think the earth is a few thousand years old. They deny the existence of dinosaurs. They deny the fact that the earth was created X amount of billions of years ago. They think, oh, that's rubbish, despite all of the evidence that's in the very fabric of the earth and all of that. It's fascinating to watch these people and their point of view, and they're welcome to it again. But I have a different one. Anyway, let me just catch up in the chat and we'll wrap this up. And then I'm going to work out. I still can't figure out how I managed to get that so wrong earlier. Do you have a channel on YouTube, Sean? Yeah, let us know. England played with a frisbee. What? Donna has stood on the edge of Earth and looked down. Really? Wow, you should have taken a photo. Oh, no, this isn't the rant. The rant's for the first 5 minutes. I actually went live on a separate stream, and for some reason, the audio didn't work. So I ranted to myself. It was about courier drop-off shops. I ranted to myself in complete silence in the first stream, which right now is still available on the channel. I better delete that. Teleportation, nothing to Nick. Yeah, see, good point. Oh dear. Someone would have proven it beyond doubt by now. It is fascinating that going back to flat Earth, that there is no proof that they can find that actually proves it. They keep claiming it, and it's just nonsense. Yet centuries of scientific research that time and time and time in many, many different ways shows exactly the geology of Earth, the solar system. Everything works like clockwork, and it can be proven. It's like retrograde planets in the sky that we couldn't figure out for ages. You know, planets that track across the sky and then come back, then go like that. It proves the way the universe, not the universe, but the solar system works. And flat Earth can't explain any of these things within their theories. Yet everything that we see in the skies fits into the scientific model that's been proved time and time again. If it's not broke, don't try and fix it. Everything makes sense. Anyway, inside the casing, the bullet is the bit that is propelled. Exactly. Oh, the cats. Yes. Okay. You are right. The bullet is the hard bit of metal that is thrust out at high speed by the ever-expanding gases, right? So yes, inside the casing is the mix of gunpowder, basically, right? The bullet is the bit that is propelled. The stuff inside is a propellant, yes, which is expanded when the percussion cap is hit by the pin. Yes. Yes, I didn't explain that very well. Thank you, Wes. Sean says, what I'm trying to say is history is a lie. Some is a bit true. History is told by the victor. Is that the phrase? Depends how you look at history, isn't it? Everybody has a point of view. And history of wars, particularly, are written by the victor. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You're talking about buildings again. Look at all the buildings around. You don't think they look a bit strange in the town? Some look much older than they say. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to leave you here. I've got my own mini mystery to work out. What's supposed to go in here? Now I figured out that the 2 plush toys were not. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, that was interesting. That was fun. And Sean, you do you, right? And if you're happy with what you believe and you believe it for good reason, you know, don't worry about it. We can agree to disagree. I'll see you all next time. I've got more packing to do, but I might actually nip out and go on a box hunt. It's a couple of spots where I know there'll be loads of lovely boxes and I need lots. So thank you for joining me. If you're watching this after the fact, that was fun, wasn't it? A mini rant turned into a discussion on politics and then flat Earth. Hooray! Good night, Sean. No hard feelings, mate. You do you. Good night, everyone. Right, I never remember where the button is to end it on here. Here we go. End stream. Ta-ra.